Thank you, Adrian. Lusail, a sea of blue and white as it has been for much of the tournament. The stadium that's the jewel in the Qatari crown has become a second home to the Albi Celeste, and they're here in their prodigious numbers again, desperately hoping their own jewel in the crown isn't embarking on his last hurrah. As a list of world icons have exited stage left, tear-drenched and vanquished, Lionel Messi's left foot's propelled his country towards the brink of success, to the accompaniment of a soundtrack of marvel and adoration. But even that seemed unlikely 3 weeks ago, when at this very ground, Argentina's 35-match unbeaten run was ended by Saudi Arabia, Messi's penalty eclipsed by a quick-fire Saudi double strike that set the tone for the tournament of shocks. A famous defeat with very few parallels, but now rendered academic. An early points failure that didn't derail Scaloni's men en route to potential glory. And many would have you believe that's merely added to the likelihood of the fruition in this footballing fairy tale. But as the Brazilians can testify, Croatia aren't ones to adhere to the preordained script. Tonight had long been billed as the potential final before the final, Brazil-Argentina, for the pride of the continent and a tilt of glory. But to Croatian credit, the reality is somewhat different. They may have won only once on Qatari soil, but a nerveless resilience and ability to come off the ropes fighting has seen them through again. A country of 4 million in the last four for a second successive World Cup, thanks to a rehash of their effective recipe of extra time and penalty success. Their ability to break hearts in semi-finals is well documented and still painful to many of us. Their own veteran, a 5-time Champions League winner, eyes up his own extraordinary, glory-filled Lusail swan song. But on Sunday, and not tonight. Modric takes his place in an unchanged Croatian team. Livakovic, Juranovic, Lovren, Guardiola and Sosa. Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic, Pasalic, Kramaric and Perisic. Messi, one of only 3 in the Argentinian side with any previous World Cup experience. It's Emi Martinez in goal. Molina, Romero, Otamendi, Tagliafico. De Paul, Paredes, Fernandes, McAllister, Messi and Alvarez. So Lusail waits, a vision of sky blue and white in fervent expectation. But who will be back here on Sunday? For Argentina or Croatia, for Messi or Modric, the road ends here tonight in the heartbreaking circumstances of semi-final defeat. And in a tournament where those margins between glory and anguish have been painfully thin, who can earn the right for their shot at footballing immortality? Argentina, blue and white striped shirts, white shorts, kicking from left to right in this first half. Croatia in their changed kit of predominantly dark blue with light blue trim and white numbers. They defend the end away to our right-hand side where the Croatian supporters are housed in their red and white checkerboard shirts. Argentina in possession with the impressive youngster Fernandes, and it goes out of play for a throw. The one man who used to fulfill the billing of impressive youngster, now just half of that, Stuart Pearce.
I'm not sure I've even got half of it, to be honest with you, Jim, but there you go. Thank you very much for the half. Really looking forward to this one tonight. The interesting thing for me is I don't see a lot of width in the Argentinian midfield, and I wonder who's going to offer the width. Obviously McAllister will probably play as far wide on the left-hand side for them, and De Paul on the left-hand side, but not out-and-out wingers as such. I think it could be quite congested in that central area.
Well, it's Argentina that have possession, and it is De Paul playing it forward and trying to get Molina, the right back, in behind the Croatian back line. He's hooked a right foot across behind everybody. He's claiming a deflection that wasn't forthcoming, and it's gone out of play for a throw that'll be taken on the Croatian right. It's interesting, this combination of Argentinian midfielders, as you say, ostensibly doesn't have any width. You'd think that if they wanted to play with width, they'd have Di Maria, who's now back fully fit again, playing on the right-hand side in a 4-4-2. But these four did play together for about 25 minutes or so of the win against Poland. They didn't start off this way. When Di Maria went off, though, they did come back to a flat at 4 in midfield from a 4-3-3 with this quartet. And they are lining up with De Paul, playing narrow on the right. McAllister more likely to hold the width on the left-hand side, but he won't play as an orthodox winger by any stretch of the imagination. Ball's gone over the line and out of play for an Argentina throw, which has been taken by De Paul, winning his 50th cap tonight, as is this man Paredes, who will be the deepest lying of the midfielders and will just drop in and split the two Argentinian centre-halves when they have possession. Now bringing it forward down the right-hand side. It's laid back towards Molina. Opportunity for De Paul, flicking it forward with the outside of the right boot, but now comes Livakovic to the right-hand side of his penalty area, makes a comfortable claim. And 3 minutes in, it's Argentina 0, Croatia 0 in the World Cup semi-final on TalkSport. Here's Stuart Pearce.
I think it's really important with this potential lack of width from Argentina that Tagliafico on the left-hand side and Molina, the left and right backs, get forward. I know certainly with Messi, we spoke earlier about Messi dropping into the inside right position, opening up his left foot and hitting those diagonals into the box. Acuna was outstanding at getting on the end of it from left back. Now it'll be down to Tagliafico to do that.
Yeah, he's out through suspension tonight. Acuna picked up so many yellow cards in that game against the Dutch that it was inevitable that somebody was going to get a ban. It's he and Montiel. Montiel less, or his absence less of an impediment as far as this Argentinian side are concerned. They've got possession with Sosa, the left back, Croatia, into his doppelganger Modric in the midfield. Now Perisic clipping it forward. Out comes Emi Martinez and takes it comfortably off the head of Pasalic, and then balls it out quickly for Alexis McAllister of Brighton and Hove Albion, of Scottish descent. McAllister gets the ball back in the midfield, just stretching and steering it back for Paredes. Play forward towards Lionel Messi in his 171st cap for his country today. Very good goal scoring record against nearly everybody, but he's found the net in 2 of his 3 games against Croatia that he's played, the first of which being his first ever international goal some 16 and a half years ago. And he's just laid the ball off again through the midfield here for De Paul. De Paul and Messi rotate so ably vertically. When Messi drops deep, De Paul is the man that's given the license to push in past him. He's got possession now inside the centre circle. Back he goes for Otamendi. 4 from him to Paredes. And no surprise that it's Argentina that are dominating possession in the early stages. Paredes has really misjudged that through ball. He split the gap between Messi and Molina, the right back, and hit it about 5 times harder than he needed to for either of them. And it goes out of play for a goal kick that Dominic Livakovic will take. We're in the 6th minute. It's Argentina 0, Croatia 0. Bit of shadow boxing going on in the early stages. Neither goalkeeper has had anything to do other than field some optimistic crosses.
Just going back to the stat you made there about the games, international matches that Messi, and on the other side as well with Modric, and there's this myth about you need to rest your better players, and these players just churn the games out. Brilliant performances. It's brilliant to see.
There's a poor challenge on the near touchline on one of the Croatian players who got back to his feet, and the advantage was played. And then in the next phase of play, upfield, poor challenge by Pasalic on Tagliafico, and again the referee acknowledged that, but there was no advantage for Argentina, so he's given them a free kick. Luka Modric isn't happy. He felt as though it should have been a free kick for the first one, that there was no huge advantage for Croatia. They emptied out the bench pretty quickly. You just think back to that Argentina-Netherlands game the other night where it was really feisty, and you wonder whether this one has the potential to have a similar edge to it as time goes on. It's still 0-0. Yellow cards, incidentally, that have been picked up so far in the tournament have been wiped out now, so there's nobody running the risk of the Gaza suspension, the one that would rule you out of the final if you were booked in the semi-final. That rule, a very good one, I think most people think, was brought in a few years back. Ball's out of play for a throw, which will be taken on the Croatian right-hand side. You would talk sport. Juranovic taking the throw into the chest of Luka Modric, who's yet to score or assist at this tournament, but boy has he had an impact. Ball hooked back through the midfield, steered away from Kovacic, brought under control by the impressive Vardiol, who's still wearing a face mask. He and Kovacic actually ended up almost tackling each other for a moment. Slight breakdown in communication. Brozovic can work it back for his goalkeeper. Livakovic will clear it down towards the left back Sosa. Paredes beat him to it, but in helping it forward can only find Vardiol. And And Croatia now have their opportunity to put their foot on the ball in front of their own dugout with the implacable Brozovic.
I'm just looking at Modric here. He's just pointing to his right back, get up the pitch, because he's waiting for the ball to get to him, and he's just orchestrating others because he knows his next pass, and there it is, straight into the right back's feet. That's good players, that's clever players. He's seeing play build up on the left, but he knows his pass to go out on the right hand side.
Pasalic has won a throw over on the Croatian right. Croatia unbeaten in 11, one defeat in 21. Argentina, one defeat in 41, which was the loss against Saudi Arabia in the group. It ended their national record of 36 unbeaten. Croatia's last loss coming against Austria. A 3-0 home defeat in a Nations League game back in June that hardly augured for the good times ahead. Brozovic has possession and switches it down towards Guardiola. Very left-footed, the tall, rangy, hugely impressive centre-half, making his way forward. Sosa tries a little give and go with Perisic, but the return ball didn't give Sosa too much to work with. Argentina can play their way out from the back in the right back position. De Paul will lay it back, and Romero drives it forward. It goes out of play for a throw that will be taken on the right-hand side for Argentina, well inside their own half. 0-0, the winners of this one, of course, against France or Morocco in the final, which you can hear live on TalkSport Sunday afternoon at 3. We'll find out together who's going to be making it through to play the winners of this one, that second semi-final, this time tomorrow, up country in the desert of Al Bayt. Build-up starts at 6 for a 7 p.m. start. Stewart alongside Nigel Adderley for France-Morocco in 24 hours' time. Ball's out of play for a throw, which will be taken on the Croatian left-hand side by Ivan Perisic. 10 minutes gone. 0-0 in a game that threatens to be low scoring. Long throw inside the penalty area. Out came Martinez, headed away by Otamendi from in front of him. Guardiola can pick up the seconds and turn ably away from Lionel Messi. Just forced Lovren to retrace his steps to get on the end of the pass, and out came Livakovic and fielded it for him. Now the former Southampton and Liverpool defender Dejan Lovren will just work it to his left-hand side, and Croatia can build again. Sosa into the feet of Kovacic. Back it goes from here to Guardiola. Brozovic into Milan player. Exchanging passes with Lovren. Croatia getting more of a feel of the ball now, having had possession dominated by Argentina inside the opening 5 or 6 minutes. Guardiola again. Deepest of the Croatian outfield players. It's just worked it forward towards Brozovic. Both sides just trying to find the passing avenues in the midfield at the moment and establish their passing game, unable to break the opposition down. Both have patience as a long suit, and it will be very necessary tonight. Ivan Perisic, never who's won more than 100 caps for his country. Kovacic just given a shove off the ball there by Rodrigo De Paul. Brozovic working it for Kovacic, evading the Italian referee with an intelligent pass through the midfield. Kramaric linking it up. Sosa now down the left-hand side for Perisic, and a sliding challenge comes in from the covering Romero to put it out of play for a throw on the Croatian left. And Perisic has a decent long throw on him. Another opportunity potentially for one here, but instead he's just thrown it back down the left-hand touchline for Kovacic.
I'll tell you what, they're a slick outfit, the Croatians, you know. Very well organised, technically very good, getting positions, very patient with their play.
Sosa started all but one of the games, driving a miss-hit ball in with his weaker right foot. It hit Paredes and broke down towards the left-hand side where Perisic was hoping he'd be able to shepherd it out of play for a corner. He didn't quite have the legs to get there, so Perisic played it back down the touchline, and the Croatians will be able to build again. But all of these passes are with a supreme accuracy at the moment. Strong intervention from Romero, just stuck his right foot around the side of Kovacic to win it back, and then Modric comes across and has committed a foul. And the free kick goes Argentina's way on the edge of the centre circle. McAllister brought down. We're 12 and a half minutes in here on TalkSport, and it remains Argentina 0, Croatia 0 in the first World Cup semi-final.
Yeah, Croatia good on the build-up, but I'm looking and thinking to break down the Argentinians, I'm not sure there's a way through unless you're technically very good through the middle of them. I think you've got to come on the outside of that midfield press.
It's an Argentinian side that have kept clean sheets in 7 of their last 10 games. They've only let in 5 goals in that run. It's also a Croatian team that, as Abe mentioned earlier, hasn't taken the lead in any of the games in this tournament so far. Argentina, on the other hand, have scored first in all 5 of theirs, and try to work a through ball here for Messi on the edge of the penalty area, judged by referee Orsato to have gone the ground of his own volition. He's very unceremoniously waved back to his feet. Messi going down. Probably wouldn't have gone on the end of the through ball anyway, but referee Orsato saying no, absolutely not a foul.
I think in this part of the world they teach you how to sort of body check and not let people go past you. I saw that first stand at West Ham with Igor Stimac. Magnificent act.
Lovren showing his ability in that particular department as well there. Over in a central area inside his own half, driving a long ball forward. It's not a bad one either, very well covered. The diving header from Tagliafico, who was off balance. There's a really good run forward from the right back Juranovic. And Tagliafico having to watch it every step of the way. Got a diving header in, and to be able to steer it clear and out of play for a throw that will be taken on the Croatian right. But they do have that ability to be able to mix it up, and it was a great long ball forward there from Lovren. So a throw that will be taken level with the edge of the Argentina box. Croatia have 3 two-tone blue shirts inside that penalty area, including Perisic, who comes to meet it. Headed away though by Otamendi, the former Manchester City defender. Back from Sosa. The ball just goes back towards halfway where Brozovic will run round it. Good spell of pressure this from Croatia. Vardiol into the shaven-headed Brozovic, and for Guardiola again. Kovacic making a run off the ball. Laid back past him by Kramaric, who's leading the line tonight, the former Leicester striker. He has started a couple of games wide on the right-hand side in a 4-1-4-1 formation for Croatia, but preferred Petkovic through the middle tonight. Modric coming in off the right flank, might break his way. He does get a second bite of the cherry. Juranovic with a chance to deliver, and his cross is blocked and put behind for the first corner of the night. Still 0-0.
Well, whilst you would say there's not a great deal in this game, I would say it's probably the Croatians that have settled into the game a little bit more. Good passing lines and very good confidence within their build-up play.
Fewest touches so far in the opening 15 minutes, incidentally. Alvarez and Messi, 2 and 4 respectively for Argentina. That's of the outfield players. Corner taken short. Juranovic trying to deliver. Deep ball towards the far post. Lovren going up for it and has headed it way wide, but there was a clash of heads. He came off okay. 2 Argentinian defenders who are attempting to put Lovren off, colliding with each other, and might both need treatment potentially. The Argentinian medical staff are on, and it was a nasty one. It was Romero that found himself sandwiched in between Lovren and Otamendi. He's okay, he's back on his feet, but checked him out. He's going to be able to continue. We're 16 minutes in, and it remains 0-0 between Argentina and Croatia on TalkSport. Here's the England World Cup legend, Stuart Pearce.
At this moment in time, it's Croatia that's probably asked a few more questions, getting the ball into wide areas and delivering. Good setup there on the corner. As I say, a well-worked short one that was laid back, then overlapping fullback getting the cross in. And it's the Croatians that have settled into the game, but as we are acutely aware of, that means nothing. It's the team that scores first, potentially.
Vardiol Intercepting a long ball forward, took a step forward, took a couple of Argentinian players out of the picture in the process. Beat any thought of a press that they might have had. He's fed Kramaric in the midfield, but Modric can't give him a return ball. Does break though Brozovic's way, and then he's hooked left-footed down towards Sosa. And the straw-haired left back just hangs his head as soon as he hit. He knew that he'd whacked it far too long and straight out of play into the Argentinian supporters away behind Martinez's goal. Goal kick which the Aston Villa man's going to take, and it remains 0-0.
I think it's important, Jim, that Croatia keep getting Sosa and Juranovic forward, the left and right back. I think that's where the space is going to be on the switch in that midfield congested area.
Martinez with a long clearance, headed back by Lovren. Argentina within the seconds can poke it forward towards Lionel Messi. Great ball retention, only very slightly built, but boy is he strong. Hard to shrug off the ball, although Kovacic gave it a good go. Otamendi can play it out of the left-hand side of the Argentinian midfield where McAllister has the time to turn. He's put under pressure over on the far side by Brozovic. Telling pressure, as it turned out. Brozovic poking it forward towards Modric. Now Kovacic brings it forward and there's a real shove on him by Paredes. And the free kick is given Croatia's way.
Yeah, running into a really congested area there, centre of the pitch. Argentina just shut the door, 2 or 3 players coming in, pizza movement, give the foul away.
Free kick taken short. And play down towards Lovren. Lionel Messi on halfway, just holding his thigh for a moment there. He hasn't been able to really impact the game at all. He's just looking across to the bench. And no suggestion that he's not going to be able to continue at the moment.
I'll tell you where he's caught that, Jim, in that little interaction down there where you said really good, strong. I think he was holding his hamstring actually on the back of it. Let's hope he's okay.
Fernandes lays the ball off the Argentinian midfield and plays it back for Paredes. Paredes to his left, Otamendi. He can just venture forward over the halfway line. Molina making a run down the left-hand touchline, but it's a more measured, circumspect ball through the midfield there for Fernandes. Now it comes down towards Molina again. Molina on halfway, just losing out. Forward comes Brozovic. Perisic playing it back and evading the sliding challenge in the process. Messi has always played the game at his own pace, walking predominantly, just breaking into a trot now and then, and stating the assistant referee and his ability to do his job by raising his right hand as the ball came close to going out of play. It just went over the line and out of play for a throw that's going to be taken on the Argentinian right-hand side. Argentina coached by Lionel Scaloni, who was briefly on the books of West Ham. And he took charge of Argentina in 2018. He led them to the Copa America in 2021. Just 5 defeats in his 54 internationals in charge of Argentina. It's a tremendous run. And the omens all favour the Argentinians. In the last 9 World Cup semi-finals between teams from South America and Europe, the South American side has won 7, the last of which was Argentina themselves against the Netherlands back in 2014. Argentinians beating the Dutch on penalties last time out. They've won 3 of their 5 games over here, seeing off Mexico, Poland and Australia. Just close to blowing a 2-0 lead in that game. Did blow a 2-0 lead against the Dutch, but got the job done on penalties. And Argentina in possession here, bringing it forward over the halfway line. Messi can take over, controls it with his right foot, flips it down with his left, brings it forward, almost the defence, splitting ball out to the left-hand side for Alvarez. Croatia can bring it away. There's a good, strong run through midfield by Kovacic. It looks as though he was fouled by Paredes, but referee Alsado said no. And Argentina have it back. Now Alvarez making a darting run through the midfield again as the ball goes towards Messi. Messi controlling it, rides two, then a third challenge. Turns onto his favoured left foot and just drops it off to his left-hand side for Fernandez. Fernandez giving it straight back to him. Play forward then towards the run on the edge of the penalty area. He's cleared, but not effectively by Guardiola. Argentina thought they won a corner out of that with Alvarez and Messi combining, but it took a little double ricochet and has gone out of play for a goal kick to Croatia. We're midway through the first half. It's still Argentina 0, Croatia 0 on TalkSport.
Yeah, very good referee in there, I've got to say. A couple of instances where players went to ground a little bit cheaply, looking for free kicks around the box, penalties in the box, and he just waved everything away. Once again, Messi, there's nothing from him, nothing, and all of a sudden he picks the ball up and lifts the whole stadium.
Well, that's the thing, because you've seen it all before, you don't look at him and think, well, he's not able to make any impression on this game, because you know the way that he works. You've seen it over 171 international appearances, that he has this ability to almost feign disinterest, and yet when he has the ball at his feet, he can win a game in the blink of an eye. Just hasn't been able to find any space so far, not able to make any impact, but that's not to suggest that it won't be able to happen. Ball's just bypassed him again there. Guardiola headed on by Sosa and returned with interest by Romero. Brought down by Lovren at the heart of the defensive line for Croatia. Svan Juranovic to the 37-year-old Modric, who becomes the oldest player for 60 years to start 6 games in one World Cup. Sosa down for Perisic. Perisic just inside his own half, laid it back to Guardiola. Left-footed ball clipped forward by the impressive centre-half is easily headed away. The Paul getting it clear. Fernandez poking it forward. What a future he's got at the age of just 21. Now laid off by Paredes. Paredes for the Paul again. The Paul just drops in the right back position, allowing Molina the opportunity to move forward. It's a defensive way in which he plays that right half position. He's got the ball again now, just in front of the Croatian dugout, and sends an intelligent ball through the midfield for Paredes. Now it's worked down the left-hand side of the penalty area. An opportunity to try and deliver. Sliding challenge comes in from Juranovic, which can't block the cross, but Sosa can clear. It goes out of play for an Argentina throw.
Yeah, Juranovic there, I thought it was just going to get there too late. In the end, he's ended up sliding, trying to block the cross and not making the challenge. Done quite well, but good wing play there.
Paredes, Alvarez making a run forward through the middle. Little layoff, a right footed shot comes in, and Lakovic sliding down to his left-hand side is able to beat it away. Might just have been creeping wide anyway. And Perisic will complete the clearance, whacking it back into Argentinian territory, where Otamendi's actually failed to control it, but well, Andoni had all the time in the world to make amends for that. That was better from Argentina with an effort in from deep. I think it was McAllister that tried his luck. Now they play forward towards Messi. He's back to the direction of play. Guardiola was strong. Kovacic works it forward, but away from Kramaric, and any thoughts of a counter-attack very quickly dissipate. And Argentina will pick it up at the back with Andy Martinez. We're 25 minutes in, and alongside me on TalkSport commentary duty tonight, it's Stuart Pearce.
Yeah, even Stevens at the moment. We didn't expect, I don't think, Jim, that this game was going to be wide open. Two technically very, very good teams defending each other particularly well. Just in the last few minutes, we just had one or two situations where things might have opened up, but just good defending by each team has just dealt with it.
Juranovic chasing up the ball over on the far touchline. Celtic defender has not missed a minute of the tournament so far. He kept it in, he might wish that he hadn't, because McAllister is able to recycle it through the midfield for Argentina, and then Messi lost it, and Kovacic did brilliantly, firstly in winning it back, then a little nutmeg into Paul. Now, having been fouled, he can still keep his feet and work it for Kramaric. He is also fouled, and it's a free kick to Croatia, about 12 yards outside the penalty area, right of centre. Tagliafico doing everything he could to stop Kramaric getting himself into a shooting position.
there's a little switch. You can tell when teams panic about a counter-attack happening against them, and all of a sudden you can see first it was Messi trying to make a foul, stop the attack, then the next Argentinian making a foul, then eventually probably about 30 metres out the final one stopped the attack. But you can see in their mentality and their play there's no suggestion that they're going to let an attack go, a counter-attack.
We were talking earlier about the strength of this Argentinian side, and you made the point that they're very clever, very streetwise, more than just about any other side in the tournament. They know exactly what to do, when to do it in terms of breaking up play. Can play the percentages in terms of that kind of decision making, all part of the game. Not meant as a criticism at all, quite the reverse. But they have given this free kick away. And it's going to be Sosa to run over it, leaving it for Modric, clicked in. It might have been offside, the runners, as Argentina held a good defensive line but could clear anyway. And it's flicked back off Lovren towards the edge of the Argentinian penalty area, but they can still work it clear. There's space to work on the right-hand side for De Paul. De Paul with a high angle ball. Alvarez chasing at the far post, good header away. Came from the covering Luka Modric. He covered a lot of ground to get back. Perisic, though, has given it away, playing it forward, but it has just got over the line. Now to play for a throw. Throw that Argentina have taken quickly. All of a sudden back in the Croatian final third. It remains 0-0 here on TalkSport. Chances very much at a premium. Shots on target, possibly still 0-0. But it's been an entertaining, intriguing opening 28 minutes or so. Ball play forward on the left-hand side of the penalty area was overhit for the run of McAllister. And he goes out to play for a goal kick that Croatia's Dominic Livakovic will take. 0-0 the score. Both of these sides have won 2 of the 5 previous meetings against the other, once each against the other in the World Cup as well. Croatia with the upper hand recently. They've won 2 of the last 3. Friendly in 2006 when Modric made his debut and Messi scored, and also in the 2018 World Cup, the match in Nizhny where Croatia won very comfortably by 3 goals to 0. 7 of the starters tonight, incidentally, between the two teams started that game. Argentina's last win over Croatia was at Upton Park back in 2014. Messi scoring the winner from the spot that night. Lovren driving it forward here. And it's headed away by Otamendi at the back for Argentina. Over on the far touchline of this impressive Lusail iconic stadium with its swirling architecture. Jewel in the crown of these Qatari venues. Emi Martinez sliding in, stops the ball going out of play for a corner. But at the expense of a throw, which Juranovic is going to come forward and take. Just swaps the ball with a ball boy over on the far side. Happy with the one that he's got now. Takes the throw quickly into the feet of Modric. Good movement off the ball from Brozovic. Right hand side of the area. He's got Tagliafico forcing him down towards the corner flag. He can't find a teammate in dark blue, and Argentina can clear. They can only clear as far as halfway, where Gvardiol is there for Croatia. 0-0 the score. He goes from Kovacic back for Brozovic, and now worked out in the left-hand side for Sosa. Sosa to Kramaric, who's come down to the left flank for a moment for Croatia. Didn't have a great spell at Leicester, but he's done very impressively since then. With a stack of goals, more than 100 of them for Offenheim, although only 3 of them have come this season. Lovely piece of skill from Modric, clever little nutmeg, getting Croatia on the front foot again. Kramaric spacing out for Pasalic in his white boots towards the edge of the area. Kovacic helping it down for Ivan Perisic. Perisic running inside the area, onto his right foot. Oh, he's taken a looping deflection, has it? He spun it over the bar. Referee said no, didn't see the deflection. They surely must have taken the deflection because of the flight of the ball, but the referee's given a goal kick rather than a corner. Yeah, clearly came off the foot of the defender.
Yeah, as I say, cut inside. I tell you what, I'm not seeing too much of a deflection there, Jim. I'm not sure, but for a horrible moment, Martinez thought this might be going over him and in the net. I thought it was a great dig.
Argentina bring it forward. Oh, it's a good ball straight through the middle. Livakovic slow coming off his line. What's he make contact with there? The ball squirts away. Alvarez trying to help it past him. And the Argentinian players players baying for blood have a penalty. Complaints from the Croatian counterparts, but it was played forward. Gvardiol is the player that has got the yellow card. And an opportunity for Lionel Messi to put Argentina within an hour of a place in the World Cup final. Goalkeeper Livakovic slowing reading the situation, was tardy coming off his line. There's been a yellow card for Kovacic as well for dissent. We're seeing a replay of it now. It's just one straight ball. Alvarez getting the run in between the two centre-halves. Livakovic coming out, deemed to have made an attempt to play the ball. Alvarez flicked it past him, was going wide. Lovren came back, made a bit of a hand fist of getting it away, but the decision was already made. And it's a penalty to Argentina. A chance to take the lead yet again. A chance to break the deadlock. And a chance for Lionel Messi to add to his tally in this World Cup.
Well, incredible really. Probably a 10 seconds of football there. Croatia claiming that they had a corner at one end. It's gone up the other end. It was Modric, I think, who miscontrolled in midfield, enabled the through pass, and then when the goalkeeper come out, I don't think he got any of the ball. I don't think he worry about this. It's a penalty in my mind.
Lionel Messi has scored in every game in this World Cup, with the exception of the match against Poland, where he missed the penalty. Has missed 5 for his country out of 27. He's got a very good goal scoring record in this particular fixture. But this opportunity on a different plane to those that have preceded it. It's Messi, it's left-footed, and he's placed it into the top right-hand corner. He adds even more to his folklore. He's just scored the goal that has propelled Argentina towards the 2022 World Cup final. Croatia, masters of resilience and coming from behind, have to do it all again. Argentina strong front runners, and they have the lead inevitably through Lionel Messi.
Well, I've got to say, Jim, there's been absolutely nothing between these two teams. If anything, I would say the Croatians have been slightly the better, but all of a sudden a slight mistake in midfield, a through ball, no defensive shield, and then Argentina 1-0 up. Great penalty, I've got to say, right into the roof of the net. Goalkeeper getting the right way, couldn't get anywhere near it.
And on the day that he equals the record for the most ever World Cup appearances, that penalty beats Gabriel Batistuta's Argentinian record. It's his 11th World Cup goal.
I think someone's been sent off on the coaching staff of the Croatians. Yes, he's just going up the tunnel. Take it, one of the backroom staff has just been sent off, Jim.
Well, there were 2 yellow cards that were shown immediately after the award of the penalty. One to the goalkeeper Livakovic for the challenge, one to Kovacic for dissent. Messi stroking the penalty away, and he joins Kylian Mbappe at the top of the Golden Boot charts with 5 goals. Argentina 1, Croatia 0. And are Argentina destined now for a place in their 6th World Cup final? It was a penalty that was dispatched emphatically, driven hard across the face of Livakovic into the top right-hand corner. He's a goalkeeper with an excellent record of saving penalties, but still no chance of being able to get a hand on that. Such a routine goal when it came, just one long through ball, splitting the gap between the two centre-halves. But the Croatian fury, not at the award of the penalty, but they felt that it was a corner and not a goal kick immediately prior to the incident. So Croatia looking for a response, bringing forward Sosa, and it's hit Molina and got out of play for a throw. Yet another game in this tournament that Croatia have failed to score first. but they have avoided defeat in 6 of their last 7 games in which they've gone 1-0 down. That is some record. But they're going to have to do it the hard way again if they're going to make it through the World Cup final. Of course, they trailed first that Kieran Trippier free kick in their last World Cup semi-final and came back to win an extra time. Argentina trying to bring it forward. Goal scorer Lionel Messi, but Sosa's there to mop up and play it back to his goalkeeper. 10 minutes from half-time. Argentina 1, Croatia 0 on TalkSport.
Croatia up the tempo now of what they're trying to achieve, trying to play forward with a bit of aggression, moving forward nice and quickly.
Well, we believe it's Mario Mandzukic that has been sent off from amongst the Croatian staff. Just waiting for confirmation of that. Argentina just on the back foot for a moment as Croatia can bring it forward. Stung by this sense of injustice. Sosa rightfully ball clips us out of the area. Put away by Romero. It was a powerful cross, almost knocked Romero off his feet. Forward it comes from Kovacic. Modric is in there, heavy touch from Lovren, but it just invites him forward and he lays it out towards the right for Juranovic. His cross deflected away, that is a corner. Second for Croatia and they'll take it over on the right hand side, but the Argentinian support away to our left, jumping up and down, just that sea of light blue and white in such vibrant form, in a brilliant mood. And there's more adulation for the man wearing 10, Lionel Messi. But they've got a corner to defend here. Well, Croatia within 3 minutes of going out against Brazil, having conceded midway through extra time and scored 117th minute equaliser. They know it's not over until it's over. There's a long way to go yet. Corner taken short like the previous one is a really poor attempt at working it. Argentina might be able to come forward on the counter-attack here. It's Alvarez. He's got movement either side of him. He'll use that as a decoy. Break inside the penalty area and poke it in for 2. It is a majestic goal. He's won a penalty and scored a second 4 minutes later. This is going to be Argentina's night. It's Messi, not Modric, who will be tasting the World Cup final. It's a sensational run forward. Just magnificent play. Bursting 50, 60 yards through the midfield. Out came the goalkeeper. He took a touch, flicked it round him, and Argentina have doubled their lead in double quick time. Argentina 2, Croatia 0.
Absolute classic counter-attack football there. They've surged, as you say, from defending the edge of their box. They've surged forward. Messi got a toe on it. It ended up at the feet of Alvarez, who ran and ran and ran straight. And I've got to give massive credit there to Fernandez, who got up to support with him, drew a defender away, and the ball just kept running and running from Alvarez. And we're watching a replay, and it's ended up at his feet with about 5 yards out, and all he's had to do was dink it past the goalkeeper, who's flat-footed. It's amazing. From probably a couple of minutes ago, Jim, Croatia are pushing forward, thought they had a corner, and they're 2-0 down within a couple of minutes.
The South American Footballer of the Year, Julian Alvarez, scores his 6th goal for his country. Half of them have come at this World Cup. That's the biggest goal of his career to date. And it's given Argentina a 2-0 platform before half-time in this World Cup semi-final.
I wonder whether Argentina, as they've done in previous games, switch to a back 5 at half-time, Jim, to close things up.
Yeah, Lisandro Martinez may well be introduced. It will be playing on their mind that they were 2-0 up against the Netherlands. And that ended 2-2. Val Weghorst coming on, and when the Netherlands went very direct, Argentina struggled to deal with it. Albi Celeste making their way forward again, hungry for more before Croatia get the opportunity to regroup. Can 2 swiftly become 3? Ball laid across the edge of the penalty area. It's the ball from distance, deflected away, and that's a corner, which will be taken on the Argentinian left-hand side. They're threatening just to run away with this now.
Yeah, the confidence now being shown by Argentina with that 2-goal buffer. And the players are just surrounding the referee at the moment. They're complaining, potentially of a handball, I think. Guardiola skimmed his arm, but certainly it was not away from his body.
Argentina flooding the penalty area. There's 7 in there at the moment, although DePaul's just walking back outside the penalty area to offer himself to Messi for a short delivery. Alvarez, the scorer of that second goal, standing right in front of the goalkeeper. Romero waits by the penalty spot. McAllister's on the edge of the 6-yard box. Otamendi's unmarked, and Kramaric is coming across to deal with him now. Standing on the edge of the penalty area trying to stop his run. It's going to be a left-footed away swinging corner. It wasn't he pulls. It's a brilliant save from Livakovic. That's kept them in the tournament. Because a third goal there, and it is all over. It's Alvarez again. Got his head to it, flicked down, and Livakovic with a strong left hand. I think Saliafico actually. Strong left hand from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, McAllister it was with the head, and great glancing blow. Tagliafico flashed across the front of him, and I've got to say, Jim, that save has probably kept Croatia in the World Cup.
Just a magnificent stop. Dive to his left. Got a strong left hand to it, and then had to hope for the best, and it just crept the right side of the post from a Croatian perspective. That's a really, really good save. Well, they're up against it here, Croatia. Trailing by 2 goals to nil. 2 goals in 5 minutes. Messi to take this corner. This will be a left-footed in-swinger. Goalkeeper comes across and punches it high up in the air. And it's flicked away from Messi by Sosa. And goes out of play for a throw. Argentina will be in no hurry to take that. And those are the Croatian end of the ground at the bottom of the stand away to our right-hand side, standing in stony silence. It's all unraveled for them very quickly. Molina trying to poke it forward through the midfield. And it ends up coming off him and going out of play for a throw which Croatia will take on halfway. As Zlatko Dalic, the Croatian coach, is trying to get a message across to his players. Calm down, we're not out of this yet. But it's going to test the powers of recuperation that have become synonymous with Croatia if they are going to be able to force a way back into this. Croatians have possession. Nothing in the game prior to that. Lionel Messi penalty, won by Alvarez, who then scored the second himself 5 minutes later. There's plenty between the two sides now. If it was dead level and 0-0, and Croatia could justifiably claim to have been the better side for 20 minutes, they find themselves behind the 8 ball before half-time. Bardiol lays it back for his goalkeeper. Livakovic. Stunning save from McAllister a few moments ago. Played forward towards Lovren. Lovren forward over the halfway line. Inside the centre circle, it's just worked back through the midfield and down towards Sosa. Sosa, the left back, bringing it forward towards halfway. Now on the edge of the penalty area, Kovacic, Kramaric to his right-hand side. Modric lets fly, hit Romero, comes back for Modric. Juranovic with a delivery in towards the near post, and Pasalic trying to turn it past the goalkeeper, but only hit the side netting.
Best opportunity of the game for Croatia there. Great work up, whipped into the box, and I think it's looked as though it come off. Otamendi's blocked the first one, and when the cross come in, it was a deflection off the back line of Argentina, and the goalkeeper's made a very good save off his own defender.
We're into 4 minutes of time added at the end of the first half. Argentina 2, Croatia 0. Julian Alvarez, the man that has done the damage, winning the penalty, dispatched by Messi, and then scoring the second to add to the goals that he scored against Poland and Australia earlier in the competition. He's got 5 in his last 8 internationals now. Manchester City man making a major impact tonight. Ball out of play for a throw, taken over on the Argentinian left. Tagliafico. Back for Romero. And he's turned it back inside his own 6-yard box, where Martinez just had to go through the gears for a moment to be able to bring it under control. There's no sense that it was hit hard enough to be an own goal, but he couldn't be tardy about fielding it. Argentina can get it forward in towards the feet of Messi. Messi with a lovely turn, and he's done well just to flick the ball down towards the right-hand side, where Molina can make his way forward. He's trying to lay it back towards the Paul. Kovacic saw it coming, can't win it back. Messi has it. He saw Kovacic coming and flicked it back goal side of him, although Perisic wins it back, and then Messi in defensive duty has it again. It was a relatively simple back pass he could have played. It's not Messi's style, so he just maintained possession under duress, waited for the apposite moment to play the pass, and flicks it back towards Otamendi. Now it's worked down the line for Alvarez again, left-hand side of the penalty area. Argentina trying to put the game out of sight before half-time. Flags up against Alvarez this time, and it's a free kick which Croatia will take on the edge of their own box. They trail with 2 minutes of first-half stoppage time to go by 2-0.
Just watching Messi there with the ball at his feet, Jimmy. He's just a wizard, isn't he? You can't get the ball off him unless he wants to give it away or pass it to someone else. That's the only time he seeks possession. Incredible footballer.
Messi, incidentally, has become the first player since Wesley Sneijder of the Netherlands in 2010 to score in the round of 16, the quarter-final and the semi-final. Here's Perisic, dinking it in, left-footed, straight onto the roof of the net. Well, there was a mishit cross or a cheeky attempt, seeing Martinez slightly off his line. Well, either way, it's gone out of play for a goal kick, which Argentina will take. And the Croatian optimism disappeared very, very quickly. Alvarez taking his goal superbly.
Jim, it was just like watching schoolboy football in the playground, wasn't it? One kid's just run at full pace and 2 or 3 other defenders have just got out of his way or mishit it. It was incredible.
Now Emi Martinez that is, just getting the hurry up from the referee, spotted the ball down. There was another ball on the roof of the net from Matt Perisic's chip, and referee Orsatos asked him to move it, so he just heads the ball away and now takes the goal kick. And he's driven it forward again, trying to get Alvarez isolated against Lovren, but the ball's beat the pair of them. It goes through for Livakovic, the Croatian goalkeeper. Croatia conceding twice tonight. They've only conceded 3 goals in the 5 games combined before this evening, and Kovacic has given it away again here in a potentially dangerous area. More wonderful skill from the Argentinian talisman Messi. 3 in dark blue all around him, and eventually they kicked him off his feet. It was Brozovic that couldn't take any further embarrassment, and the free kick has gone Argentina's way. Not that there's any time to take it. A moral victory for Messi with the last moment of the first half. But Argentina on their way to a tangible victory that will take them to their 6th World Cup final. They lead by 2-0. Alvarez with a darting run straight through the middle of the Croatian defence. He was upended by the advancing Livakovic. Messi put the penalty away. And then Alvarez making another run, scything through that same Croatian back line. And he completed the job himself on that occasion. 2 goals in 5 minutes to break Croatian hearts. It looks like this is going to be Modric's World Cup swan song. Messi and co heading for the final, unless Croatia can conjure up an astonishing fight back in the second period. Because at the break in Lusail, it's Argentina 2, Croatia 0. Well, Croatia are making changes, no surprise there. It's Vlasic and Orsic, the aforementioned Orsic, who are the players coming on, and they've taken off left-back Sosa and right-winger Pasalic. So a reshuffle in terms of Croatian personnel. Nikola Vlasic, the West Ham United player who's out on loan this season at Torino. 3 substitute appearances since his only start of this tournament. He comes on. And Mislav Orsic, who's seen about 30 minutes of action over 4 substitute appearances so far. What kind of impact is he going to be able to make? Stuart Pearce alongside me. Back 3 for Croatia, you expected for this second half?
Yeah, it could be. The way they lined up, well, it certainly looks as that is. We'll have a little look at that and see how that develops over time. I think that they've dropped Perisic in there to play left back, to be fair.
Yeah, Perisic has seen a little bit of action as a left back in this tournament. Again, against Brazil, he ended up playing at left back when they brought Orsic on ahead of him on the left-hand side of midfield, and on that occasion Vlasic played on the left of a midfield three, with Orsic as a winger. Here's Vlasic now, who's starting off on the right, wearing 13, finding Juranovic. It's 2-0 to Argentina. And any side that has ever led 2-0 in a World Cup semi-final in World Cup history has won it.
I was saying in the first half, Jim, that I thought the Argentinians had a very compact midfield and it was difficult to get through that clustered area. Now, certainly with Vlasic on the right and Orsic on the left, they've certainly got enough poking in the wide areas to cause problems.
Well, Luka Modric is going to take a free kick on the Croatian right-hand side, and they can score from this, and it puts a completely different complexion on the game. Lionel Messi stands isolated, a one-man wall. Every other Argentinian player almost in a straight line across the edge of the box. There is one outlier, De Paul, who's about 3 yards away from the edge of the area. Modric threatens to take it, then comes back out. Now he'll clip it in, deep towards the back post, and Emi Martinez comes out and catches it comfortably. Now we'll just wait for his teammates to push forward that field. Now he'll launch it quite quickly, actually, looking for De Paul, who's made a good run. Kovacic just tracked him over on the right-hand side, and it's laid back through the Argentinian midfield, and they can build again. So just to reiterate, any side that's ever led 2-0 in a World Cup semi-final has gone on to win it. Hungary went 2-0 up against Uruguay back in 1954, and it ended up going to extra time because the Hungarians blew that 2-0 lead. But generally speaking, it's been a passport to success. It's the first time Croatia have ever been more than 1 goal behind at half-time in a World Cup game. And it's also become Messi's most ever productive World Cup. The first time he's ever got the 5 goals in one World Cup. He's the oldest player ever to score 5 goals at a single World Cup, although Olivier Giroud conceivably could usurp him tomorrow. Playing Morocco. He's live on TalkSport this time tomorrow in the second semi-final from Albay. Messi involved here, trying to dispossess Brozovic around the edge of the penalty area. McAllister riding the challenges, able to flick the ball off to his left-hand side, stayed down as the Brighton man. Shot from Paredes from distance. Awkward little skippy bounce in front of the goalkeeper. Livakovic can make the save, and the Croatian players just leaning over McAllister to see if he's okay or not, and they've actually put the ball out of play so that he can receive whatever treatment is necessary. With 4 minutes into the second half, it's Argentina 2, Croatia 0 on TalkSport.
Yeah, a bit of talk at half-time. Would the Argentinians go to a 5 at the back? They've certainly declined that. They kept a similar sort of shape to what they're trying to achieve. And I think even straight from the kick-off, Croatia have attempted to get on the front foot a little bit more regularly and get the ball forward a bit quicker to these wide players.
Well, needs must. They have had 3 games in their World Cup history where they've conceded first and won in regulation time. They would bite your hand off to get themselves to penalties here. Another Croatian change is going to be made. They make 2 at the break. They're going to bring Pekovic on now. So whether that will be Kramaric who's replaced, or whether they will put Kramaric into a wider position and put Pekovic through the middle, it looks as though it's going to be the latter, because it's Brozovic who is coming off. So that's another attacking change. The defensive midfielder replaced by a striker. They'll drop Kramaric in as a 10. Modric alongside Kovacic. So it's going to be 4-2-3-1 for Croatia from here.
Jim, I've got to ask a question. Why wouldn't you make all the changes at half-time? Literally, we're, a couple of minutes into the second half to make the second of your changes.
It's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really strange. But Brozovic off, unless he was carrying an injury and they wanted to give him a few minutes just to see whether he could cope, but because they brought a striker on to replace him, you don't think he's going to be that. Petkovic with a little layoff here. He was the man who scored the equalising goal against Brazil, which, it has to be said, wasn't necessarily in keeping with his performance because he'd struggled up to that point, but what an important goal it proved to be. Opportunity for Croatia in the midfield now with Luka Modric. It's inside the Argentinian half of the centre circle. Kramaric now playing in this deeper role, in behind Petkovic, the tall target man. Ball laid back towards the edge of the area. Petkovic trying to flick it off. Modric might be able to get there first, but loses out. And the counter-attack is on, and it's Enzo Fernandez bringing it forward here for Argentina. And really good covering from Vlasic, who chased after him for 40 yards, and then was able to pick his pocket and get Croatia going again. And now they'll bring it forward. Kovacic. Kovacic to Vlasic. Vlasic to his right-hand side for Modric, who's clipped it out towards the left flank. Croatia trying to get the bodies forward. Petkovic just drops off the edge of the penalty area but can't control the ball into feet. Argentina winning it back. McAllister drives it forward but it hits Kovacic. Perisic working it forward. They try and release Petkovic down the inside right channel of the penalty area but can't get the ball right. They lose possession just for a moment but then win it back just as quickly.
This game has gone very, very scrappy at the moment. Literally, Croatia throwing players forward, attempting to get back in the game.
Petkovic trying to work it in towards Kovacic. The loose ball squirts out of Vlasic on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Vlasic, left foot ball curved in, takes a deflection. Martinez comes out to claim it. Well, you were here for the game that Argentina had against the Netherlands, where they were 2-0 up with 18 minutes to go and didn't hang on. When the Dutch league, they brought on Wout Weghorst. They went as direct as they could, and I suppose Petkovic is the closest that they've got to a Weghorst in terms of frame. I don't think he's necessarily quite got the wherewithal of Wout Weghorst, but he's 6'6". They'll try and get it 4-2 and try and launch it into him and see if they can make lightning strike twice.
They will, but I don't think it's totally in the Croatian the culture or nature, the way they play to actually get the ball from diagonals into the box. I think they'll try and play their way through and he'll have to play a part of that.
Even listening to the second half, Argentina have given a free kick away. Rodrigo de Paul with the challenge on Kovacic. It could all change so quickly. For Argentina coasting 2-0 up against Australia. Conceded a goal and they were hanging on. It was only an excellent save from Emi Martinez right at the end of that game that stopped that one go to extra time as well. So Argentina do have a little bit of history of showing an ability to be able to blow leads out here in Qatar. They were 1-0 up against the Saudis and lost as well. So Croatia might still feel that they have a puncher's chance, but it doesn't feel as though they got an awful lot more than that. Here's Vlasic trying to ride the challenge of McAllister. Paredes then was in really strongly. No foul. He stayed down just for a moment. He's back on his feet now, Vlasic. And Croatia switch it wide very quickly down towards the right back, Juranovic. He's found Lovren. Every Croatian outfield player is in Argentinian territory. They trail by 2-0. Penalty taken by Messi after a foul on Alvarez. Alvarez 5 minutes later scored himself for a brilliant run off the ball from Enzo Fernandez, which created the opportunity for him just to burst through the middle of a nondescript Croatian back line. Misplaced long ball out from the Croatian right to the left, sails over everybody's head and goes out for a throw that will be taken on Argentina's right hand side. They're 35 minutes away from World Cup final number 6 and the fans are relishing the opportunity and enjoying the moment. It's 2-0 to Argentina.
Well, the more they're leaving, the more they're squeezing on and pushing players forward, Croatia, the more they're leaving this 2-on-2 scenario with Alvarez and Messi further up the pitch, and that is a worrying statistic, I think. But I think they've got to do something and got to try and get numbers forward.
Yeah, they've got to gamble. Are they getting the balance right? Do you think they're being a little bit too gung-ho too quickly?
Not overly, but the other side of that is, will the Argentinians look at that and say it's not a gamble worth taking 2-0 up and decide to drop one less strikers off or go to a 5?
They went to a 5 in that game against Australia, persisted with it against the Dutch, matching up Van Gaal's men who played with 3 centre-halves themselves. Croatia have got the ball with Lovren. It's just back inside his own half. The Argentinians have only won one of their last 5 World Cup knockout matches in 90 minutes, which was a victory against Australia. So they're in this one at the moment. They can come away with the ball. Argentina's a good ball over the top from McAllister. Chance to release Alvarez. Options to his right-hand side. But Fernandes couldn't take it in his stride inside the penalty area. Messi takes over. On the left-hand side of the box, Tagliafico is in support for him. It's cleared. Down for Tagliafico again. To his left-hand side is Fernandes. Fernandes spreader, his right. For Alexis McAllister, and then Paredes works it out to the Argentinian right, where Rico de Paul comes into a slightly deeper area to influence play. Numbers 9 and 10, Alvarez and Messi wait on the edge of the penalty area. It's a much more direct cross inside the box. 10 yards ahead of the pair of them, and Croatia should be able to deal with it comfortably and get it away. Juranovic taking it forward down the right, but his touch was heavy and Argentina win it back. Played for by Otamendi, who then gets an immediate return ball. Paredes, having to stretch, did well to turn one way and then out of trouble. Now it goes down for Otamendi again. On halfway, it's played through the midfield of McAllister. Cleared by Croatia, hooked forward a little bit awkwardly by Romero, but the Tottenham man did well off balance. Now Messi will be able to try and take on Guardiola. And he turns and stops and then hits a beautiful ball back. He's got the return ball, it's Messi. Alvarez dives to his right and makes the save. The angle's always against him, and on his left foot he was always likely to go for that near post. Livakovic read it well and saved it, but what wonderful interplay around the edge of the penalty area.
Brilliant, absolute top quality from Messi, and there's another warning sign. Croatia survived that one, but the game's opened right up now. They're going for the goal, they're trying to get back into this game, and Argentina with just 3-4 players walking back facing their own goal.
Optimistic long-range effort from the Croatians is blocked. Juranovic picks up the loose ball and finds Modric. Knocks it off to his right-hand side for Vlasic. Vlasic on the corner of the penalty area, hooks it in, left-footed. Pekovic trying to turn in possession, lays it back on the edge of the penalty area. Kramaric couldn't do anything constructive with it. Kovacic can. He's worked it down the left. Ball swung inside the boxes, too high for Pekovic. Perisic is claiming there was a handball. And the referee has just stopped play for a moment. Orsic is going over to retrieve the ball over on the far side, and Daniele Orsato is surrounded by players from both teams.
There's a puncher on the ball again, I think.
That's 3 in about 4 days, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've got it addressed. Play's going to restart with a drop ball. Possession will be given back to the Croatians. We play 59. It's Argentina 2, Croatia 0. Messi on 34 from the spot. His 5th goal of the tournament. Alvarez on 39. Perisic gets the ball inside the penalty area. Romero pokes it away. Croatia score next. The whole tie has a completely different complexion. If they concede next, they're out. Tagliafico. Croatia already on the brink of elimination, you feel. McAllister trying to help it round the corner, around the back of Juranovic, but nobody had made the run for him. So Croatia have got easy possession back inside their own half. No chance to react to everything that has happened tonight in this first World Cup semi-final. Comes on the sports bar at the conclusion of this game. And then tomorrow morning, Stuart alongside Laura and Ali here in Qatar on TalkSport Breakfast from 6 tomorrow morning. Second World Cup semi-final live for you tomorrow night with a 6 o'clock build-up with Adrian Dunham ahead of a 7 o'clock kick-off. France against Morocco, fired to become the first African side ever to reach the World Cup final. At the moment they're going to be playing South American opposition, whichever of these two gets through. Argentina with an hour on the clock about to make a change. They've got a throw, which they've taken first. Thrown forward towards halfway. Guardiola got there and was able to head the ball clear. It's inside the centre circle. It'll be played towards Juranovic, the right-hand side. So Sandro Martinez is going to be coming on, so they are going to go, you would imagine, to a back five. Just a bit to try and soak it up. Luka Modric finding Pekovic. Pekovic foul, although has the referee pulled it back for the initial infringement on Modric, or where's he going to let this free kick be taken from? I think he has pointed over towards the far touchline. First of all, though, they're going to be making the change, and Paredes is coming off, so the defensive midfielder Paredes will be replaced by centre-half Lisandro Martinez. He'll drop in on the left of what will now be a back three, but the full-backs will sit pretty deep as well. It's going to be a 5 when they're out of possession. Yeah, I think we're talking about a 5-3-2 or a 5-3-1-1 formation, and there's a coach down there that I don't think it was sitting pretty with him the last few minutes, certainly, with Argentina leaving players up the pitch and Croatia surging onto them. Well, it was a change that they made against Australia, went 3-5-2. They're going to make that same change now. 61 on the clock. Here comes Manchester United's Lisandro Martinez. On for his 15th cap. One of the players left out of the starting lineup today. And his first action is to defend this free kick, which is swung indeed towards Lovren, who's headed it down, paddled away by the goalkeeper, and Argentina hammer it to safety. That's as close as Croatia have come. First contact on a Modric set piece. But Lovren's header wasn't powerful, wasn't with any conviction, and Argentina survive an awkward moment. Yeah, it's a feature of their game. Crosses come in the box, and if it's not the goalkeeper Martinez coming out and dealing with it, which he does very, very well and has done at this World Cup, it is a bit of a problem. Good ball in on that occasion. Here's Lisandro Martinez, forward over the halfway line for Alexis McAllister. And Tagliafico back towards halfway for Lisandro, who can just work it forward into the feet of Tagliafico. Two men who know each other's games from their time together with Ajax. Back for Julian Alvarez. Manchester City man with a long crossfield ball, which is headed on by Molina. Chased after by Messi. He's just going to do a shoulder barge and he goes out of play for a throw. It'll be taken over on the far touchline, which is the Croatian left-hand side. 27 minutes plus stoppage time to find the 2 goals they need to take this to extra time. 2-0 to Argentina. They're in the sale on TalkSport. Jim Bradford and Stuart Pearce talking through the action as another Croatian attack is stopped in its infancy by McAllister. McAllister through the midfield for De Paul. He's got the return ball. He's going to maintain possession under duress. He was just given a little shot by Juranovic. Referee spotted him. That has Paul played back. McAllister made no attempt to try and play for an advantage. Just stopped, and it was a clear infringement. It's a free kick to Argentina on halfway. 2-0 they lead. Yeah, I think Argentina's mentality will be on turnover of possession, keep the ball rather than go and searching for that third goal. I think running that clock down, good possession and stifling Croatia in their momentum. It's a Croatian side that have drawn their last 3 games. They're only lost in the last 12 World Cup matches. Was the 2018 final, beaten 4-2 by France on that occasion. They're not going to have the opportunity to get revenge unless they can conjure up something seriously impressive here. Ball is on the right-hand side of the Argentinian midfield. It's played forward towards Messi. Messi on halfway. Playing the way that he's facing. Lays it back for Fernandez. In the absence of Paredes, Fernandez is the man that has just dropped into the deepest of the midfield positions, and the roar that you heard was for another piece of Lionel Messi trickery, although he ended up losing out, getting the return ball. Vlasic won it back, and Messi conceded the free kick. But it's like guys on London Bridge that have 3 cups, there's a ball underneath one of them, they move them all around. Which one's it under? No, it's not under that one. That's what Messi does.
And he gets us every time, you know, it's incredible. What he does, he's moved the ball, he shows you the ball, he keeps it away from you, and if he does get dispossessed, he's quite happy to foul somebody and stop the game, you know, it's amazing.
Here's Kramaric on the edge of the penalty area for Croatia. They trail 2-0. Their need increasingly desperate. Kovacic forced to go back. Play for that Ortirovic, who gambled and didn't get there. And now Argentina might be able to set up a 3 against 2. They're getting the body sport quickly. Taliafico is in support for Alvarez, who's hooked it out of the right-hand side of the penalty area. Good run forward here from Molina. Molina waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Messi making his way onto it. Can't get anything on it. And it's cleared away from him. And Modric then will poke it past 2 Argentinians down towards the touchline, where he buys the free kick of Alvarez. He's just given it a little shove. Alvarez kicks the ball away in dismay. But it's going to be a free kick that Croatia will take right in front of Scaloni, who wasn't happy that the decision had gone against his man. It is a free kick to Croatia.
There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that all he wanted to do was give a foul away and stop the play. You know, there was no I could go and win this mentality. It was, I'm going to stop you, Modric, and stop the momentum of your team.
66 gone. Argentina 2, Croatia 0. Kovacic bringing it to within 10 yards of the edge of the penalty area. Croatia haven't been able to get the impressive super sub Orsic too heavily involved. He has it now. Well, a little give and go with Petkovic. Didn't get the return ball. Petkovic has again struggled to get up to the pace of the game after coming on. And that meant that Orsic had to throw himself into a tackle to try and win it back, and has fouled his man, and it's a free kick which will be taken by Argentina just outside the penalty area. They're almost midway through this second half with only one cause for alarm so far, which was the Lovren misplaced header that they were able to deal with. But the lead has stayed intact and has been pretty comfortable, and it's still Argentina 2, Croatia 0 on TalkSport.
Yeah, I'd probably say out of all the teams in the World Cup, Argentina are probably one of the worst to go behind to. They know all the tricks of the trade, they can counter-attack quickly, they'll break play up when they have to.
Good at match management, no doubt about that. And just to reiterate, that isn't a criticism of them. Not in the slightest. Ball is played out for Croatia. Livakovic gave away the penalty that ended up being 1-0. Then the ball is played through the midfield. It's a thumping challenge, comes in from Romero, and he's got a yellow card. So he's the first Argentinian player to be booked. Kovacic and Livakovic both in the book for Croatia. We've had coach Mario Mandzukic sent off. And that's a yellow card for Romero.
Yeah, a ridiculous challenge on the halfway line, but I think it was only ever designed to slow play down, break play, and run the clock down for another 30 seconds.
Here come Croatia again. Bossing possession, but not able to do anything constructive with it. And there's Argentina poke it away. It was all Perisic could do, a left back just to flick it off the island and allow to play for a throw to allow Croatia the opportunity to reset. Well, at this stage of the game against the Netherlands, Argentina led 2-0, it ended up going to penalties. It's not all over yet from a Croatian perspective, but Argentina will be delighted with the position that they find themselves in, the platform that's been built. Messi has the opportunity to break forward again here. He's got Alvarez, a lone star up with him inside the penalty area. Messi twisting, turning, getting in the byline, Alvarez puts it in. It's 3-0. Argentina are going through, and it's Lionel Messi that takes the widespread acclaim of everybody here at Lusail and across the entirety of Argentina. He's rolled back the years again. It's another classic Messi World Cup moment. He's taken the ball, he's beaten challenge after challenge, he's tiptoed his way through the penalty area, he's siphoned it back for Alvarez, who couldn't miss. It's going to be Messi who is in the 2022 World Cup final, and he's going to be there in inspirational form. Messi providing the platform with a goal and an assist here today. It was simply sublime. Croatia had no answer, and Croatia have no passage through to a second successive final. Messi has just ripped them apart.
Jim, I've got to say, Guardiola's come into this game and into this tournament with a big reputation as a young man going up in the game, but he come up against an absolute genius there. He twisted, he turned, he showed strength, he showed vision, he showed balance, he showed everything, and he's just taken Argentina to the final of the World Cup. Incredible play by Messi, absolutely incredible. I had to drop my microphone and just applaud what I'd just seen. Incredible.
And he walks back, chest puffed out, and he punches the air in a relatively modest way, acknowledging the cheers and the adulation. And the Argentinian fans go back to jumping up and down, having been almost a mock prayer to their hero and idol for 30 seconds in the wake of that sensational contribution. It's 3-0, and it is game over. It's now, feels like it's just a question of how many. Petkovic has been fouled. It's another yellow card. It's Otamendi, I think, that has picked up this latest one. Petkovic will get back to his feet, but all of a sudden there are just 19 minutes to go, and they need 3. And it is not implausible, it's bordering on impossible. They're going to make another change at Croatia. Levaya will come on, and Argentina are going to make a change as well. Palacios will come on for them. So Kramaric comes off, Levaya coming on, and Argentina will bring Palacios on. Just waiting to see who's going to be replaced for Argentina, who's going to be given just a few extra minutes ahead of the World Cup final that they know that they're now guaranteed, or all but guaranteed, to be a part of. And Argentina have just said we're not going to make the change yet because they're facing a free kick, and as a consequence Croatia will take that, and next time the ball goes out of play we'll see Palacios. Well, it's a free kick that is hammered in by Perisic, and he hit it swinging up from 30-35 yards, but diving away to his left-hand side, Martinez made a comfortable save. It's Argentina 3, Croatia 0, and it's all over by the shouting.
Well, it was that third goal that we were thinking would kill the game, and well, what an incredible goal it was. The set-up for it was incredible. The actual finish was basic, easy, but the set-up, all the work was done in that. The skill, the talent, the strength, the vision was all there from Messi.
Alvarez, who's on a hat-trick. It's just fired one in towards goal. The whistle had already gone. There was a foul by one of his teammates, and it was Tagliafico, and it's going to be a free kick that Croatia will take. Well, I would say this has been, I'm sorry Stuart, this has been their best performance of this World Cup, Argentina. Messi has had some moments, but from the time that they went 1-0 up, they've been able to manage the game very effectively, and they've looked lethal going forward.
I sat in this stadium, Jim, some 4 or 5 games ago and watched them against the Mexicans, having lost their first game, playing under extreme pressure. And to be honest with you, they dealt with that, they handled that on that day, and I think they've just got better and better and stronger as a team unit as games have gone on.
Well, it's not going to be a hat-trick for Alvarez. He's replaced by Dybala. And the ball comes off Palacios, is on for him. So Paulo Dybala, who's made only 1 start for Argentina in 3 years, has been in good form for Roma this season, 7 goals in his last 9 games. Hasn't featured at all for his country since early June, but he comes on for his first appearance of this World Cup. And he's on. He came on as a substitute in the World Cup defeat to Croatia back in 2018. And he'll come on in support of Lionel Messi up front. The other swap a straight one in the midfield, the ball off, and Palacios on. 3-0 Argentina lead Croatia. That Messi goal, or the Messi contribution for the Alvarez goal, you will see over and over and over again. It is a moment that epitomises Lionel Messi. A master of his trade, right on top of his game. Long-range effort from Perisic, flies over the bar. Croatia having to adopt a shoot-on-sight policy, really, almost to their detriment. It's gone out of play for a goal kick, and Argentina are 15 minutes away.
Yeah, Croatia, even though they've made the substitutions, put players on, put a bit of width on the pitch, they failed to have any real cutting edge, haven't they? Petkovic has not overly got in the game since he's joined it, and they've not tested the goalkeeper particularly much.
Crowd announced that just a few dozen under 89,000 here at Lusail. At pains to say full capacity. You can see empty seats. Ball is cleared away from our right-hand side by Martinez, Emi Martinez of Argentina. No need for penalty shootout heroics from him tonight unless Croatia conjure up something extraordinary. No sign of it at the moment. It's Argentina looking the more likely. So bringing forward here with McAllister. It's popped up to the left-hand side for Tagliafico. He's at the corner of the penalty area with options either side of him. Paredes made a run to his left-hand side. Palacios, I beg your pardon, to his left-hand side. It's pulled back the other way instead. Molina linking things up. Dybala chasing after this, but it'll be knocked away down the Croatian left. It's gone out of play for a throw despite claims to the contrary, and Argentina will work it back through the midfield again for McAllister. McAllister laying it back. Down for Tagliafico. Tagliafico with a lovely little nutmeg, almost able to get the better of Juranovic. Couldn't quite. Poked it past Juranovic, recovered well. Tagliafico playing at left back today in this semi-final in the absence of the suspended Acuna. I don't think he's going to be keeping his place for the final. He may, but I think Acuna, you would expect, will be recalled. Croatia launch it long. A slight misunderstanding at the back row. Lisandro Martinez elected to play a ball that was overhit for Petkovic. Argentina can get it clear towards halfway as a result of that, but Croatia get their foot on the ball once more with Modric. Modric down for Juranovic. Not necessarily in Modric's last World Cup game. There is the third and fourth place playoff on Saturday. You can hear that game live on Talk Sport, incidentally. There's Perisic. Perisic on the edge of the penalty area. Turned inside the box. Good play by Orsic. Right-footed curler, but over the top right-hand corner. And to safety. 78 gone. Argentina 3, Croatia 0. With France or Morocco awaiting the Albi Celeste in Sunday's final on TalkSport.
Yeah, just Croatia at this moment in time can't get a clear sight at goal. Can't go past anyone. And Argentina just seeing the game out. Incredible how they still keep Messi on the pitch, but then again, he'll go and stand somewhere. I'll have a walk around for 20 minutes and have a break and get ready for the final, I think.
It's the 1,002nd game of his senior career today. He's added goal number 791. His 96th goal for his country. And his 11th in the World Cup. 5 in this one. Maradona and Batistuta both got 5 in World Cup campaigns. Mario Kempes got 6 when Argentina won the World Cup in '78. And Guillermo Stabile is also beaten his current Messi total. He got 8 back in the first ever World Cup in 1930. Here's Modric. Putting the ball forward at halfway line. Juranovic waiting his space to his right. Modric has curved it the other way. Argentina haven't got a good record against European opposition in the knockout stage of the World Cup, but they've put that right tonight. Modric, a little bit unlucky, hit it in right-footed, it ricocheted off Messi straight into Modric's face, and then back inside the penalty area. It was McAllister actually, and McAllister very quickly on the scene to apologise to Messi, to Modric. There was nothing that either player could do about it. And the loose ball breaks through for Emi Martinez away to the right-hand side, whose 16th clean sheet in 25 caps is incoming. And that's the thing, you've got Messi at one end, but you've got a defensive impressive record of the likes of Martinez, who's only conceded 10 goals in 25 games for Argentina. It's a pretty good recipe. And this is going to extend their recent form to one defeat in 42. Which is good form to be going into the World Cup finally. Will they be playing France? Will they be playing Morocco? We'll find out this time tomorrow. That game live with Nigel Adderley and Stuart on TalkSport. Adrian Durham in the chair. The build-up begins at 6. Fernandez chasing a crossfield ball from Modric. Steers it away. Out of play for a throw, which will be taken on the left flank. And there are 9 minutes to go amidst the continual Argentine celebrations. 3-0 they lead. Another change is going to be made. Modric comes off. Maya will come on to replace him. And Luka Modric leaves the field and does so to a terrific ovation from the Croatians, from the Argentinian supporters, from the neutrals here as well. Luka Modric leaving the field from a World Cup match for the very last time in anger. May well play in the 3rd and 4th place playoff, but this will be the last one that matters to him, and it's going to end in defeat. Messi playing the ball 4-4 Argentina over on the far touchline. 3-0 they lead. Tagliafico back inside his own half for Lisandro Martinez, who quickly gets it back again from Otamendi. Romero out towards Molina. Right back for Argentina. Right back in a 5 now, although they haven't kept the fullbacks particularly static. They have tried to push them forward. In fact, Tagliafico, as I'm speaking, is just about the most advanced, the left back of all the Argentinian players. Lisandro Martinez tries to play him in. He's clipped it over the top. Juranovic chasing. Lovren's there first. He guides it back to his goalkeeper Livakovic. And the Dinamo Zagreb custodian sweeps it back out to Lovren, who didn't do him any favours with a return back pass. Put under pressure by Dybala. High-skied clearance, which is brought down by Palacios in midfield, and he's fouled. And it's a free kick to Argentina about 15 yards outside the Croatian box. 3-0 with 8 minutes to go. They're taking it quickly. Flicks inside the area, and a right-footed volley goes wide. Big chance from McAllister. Not that Argentina are going to need a 4th, but a very good quick free kick. A little bit of luck as it made its way through, and McAllister let the ball come across his body, hit it with the outside of the right boot, but put it a foot wide.
Yeah, something we don't see in the modern day game. Teams are so well coached. Every time it's a free kick in shooting distance, everything stops. On that occasion, quick free kick, very cleverly thought out, and McAllister just got his volley wrong.
So 3-0 it remains. Every side that's ever been 2-0 down in a World Cup semi-final at half-time has ended up losing it by at least 4. Argentina able to bring it forward again. Little layoff comes from Dybala. And then he makes for the return ball from Messi. And Dybala trotting towards the edge of the penalty area. Molina trying to get in on the act, is forward in support on the right-hand side of the penalty area, but Croatia can dig it clear. Forward towards halfway. Petkovic coming to meet it, spins it with the outside of the right boot into the path of Orsic to his left-hand side. Petkovic going for the return ball, trying to bulldoze his way through the middle, couldn't get there. And as it's played for, Messi knew he was offside, made no attempt to play the ball, and Croatia are able to pick it up on the edge of their own box again. 6 to go, Argentina 3, Croatia 0. A chastening night for the Croatians, set to culminate in their biggest ever World Cup defeat. Is Maya, wearing 7, played through the midfield for Petkovic. Left-footed cross comes inside the penalty area, defensive header, followed by another from Tagliafico, who got it away from Vlasic at the expense of a corner. It was better from Croatia. High ball played in, looking for Lavaya, and 2 defensive headers got it away. Croatia have a corner, but they need a miracle.
Yeah, they do. They've lacked punch. That's the thing that's caught them out, I think. The front end of the pitch. Somebody to beat someone or create something out of nothing.
In comes the corner towards the near post, and it's taken a flick across and away from Lovren. Any any kind of contact there from Perisic's flick, and it would have been 3-1, but he's missed it completely. It's a brilliant flick from Perisic. All he has to do coming in the far post is get something on it. His head, either foot, and it's gone over his outstretched leg and to safety.
Yeah, fantastically well worked. Lowish corner, dipped down, flicked on by Perisic, and then at the far post, just gone with his wrong foot.
Foyt is going to be able to come on for his World Cup debut, and Angel Correa also about to be introduced, the Atletico Madrid man, and he too will be making his World Cup debut. First player withdrawn is going to be Alexis McAllister. Now with Foyt coming on, you would imagine it'll be Molina that will make way as well, and indeed that is the case. So Foyt for Molina and Correa for McAllister. Double change for Argentina with 4 minutes to go.
I've got to say, Jim, all these substitutions, near enough the whole team's come off for Argentina, and the little magician Messi is still out there, you know, and you'd think you want to wrap him up in cotton wool, but he's so clever with the ball, he just avoids challenges, really.
Emi Martinez tells the centre-halves that he's got no thought of playing out from the back in these circumstances, and he's going to clatter it upfield here. We're in the 87th minute. Argentina 3, Croatia 0. Messi from the spot after Alvarez was fouled. Alvarez then adding a goal 5 minutes later and another one 20 minutes from time, but it was the approach play from Messi for the third goal that is the take-home memory from tonight. Anybody here at Lusail who saw it will talk about it and talk about it. Another free kick is given Croatia's way, and Dybala just getting involved as the Argentinian supporters ratchet up the volume a little bit more. In readiness for the final. They won it in 78, they won it in 86, they haven't won it since. A couple of losing finals over that time, in 1990 when they ended up with 9 men against West Germany, and then in 2014 where they got done by Mario Götze's goal near the end of extra time. You would sense that this is a better Argentina side than either of those. Will they be able to get their hands on the trophy for the first time in 36 years? We'll find out on Sunday night. They'll be playing against France or Morocco. Is Juranovic, played for by Croatia, and easily knocked away. Enzo Fernandez, Dybala, Messi making a run out towards the right hand side, done no favours by the quality of Palacios' ball, and it's come off him and gone out of play for a throw which will be taken on the Croatian left. There's also the 5th game in a row in which Argentina have scored 2 or more, and that's the first time they've managed that in the World Cup since the 1930s. All these omens in such good form going into the final of the showpiece event here Sunday night. Croatia looking for consolation, bring it forward. Left-footed shot comes from Maya, and took a deflection on his way through off Otamendi, but goes straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Emi Martinez with a comfortable save, and his clean sheet is only a matter of seconds away now.
Yeah, good play there by Croatia. Swept straight through the centre of the Argentinian defence. Decent shot, deflected, but comfortable with Martinez. And you just get the impression both teams are going through the motions at present.
Long clearance upfield from Martinez. And we're into the 90th minute. Dybala laying it back for Foyt, former Tottenham defender, now playing his club football in Spain, Villarreal. Played in the Champions League semi-finals with them last season. Here's Lisandro Martinez trying to get the ball away from Vlasic. He ended up on the deck, courtesy of Vlasic. Then when it's played forward through the midfield, a free kick is given Argentina's way. There was no advantage that time as Angel Correa was caught. And Argentina will slowly contemplate getting bodies forward. Actually, Enzo Fernandez, such is the impetuosity of youth, decides to take a quick one. Playing it through the midfield for Palacios. Messi coming to meet it. Little flick from him. Now he has it again. Goes up through the gears, drawing challenges. A little ricochet comes back kindly into his path, but Croatia with an opportunity to win it back, do so with Maya. And then Levaya can play it out towards the left-hand touchline where it can't be controlled by all six and goes straight out of play for a throw. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Just 5 minutes separating Argentina from the World Cup final.
Yeah, something tells me there's going to be celebrations in this stadium long after the final whistle in true Argentinian style. And they've certainly been worthy winners in this game. Croatia just lacking that little bit of punch up front. Not much in the first half, apart from probably a couple of minutes and a couple of magic moments.
Well, plenty to dissect in the hour after the game finishes, which we'll do with Adrian and Stuart. But I just wonder if you've seen anything from Croatia's performance tonight which would give you a blueprint possibly how the winners of tomorrow's semi-final might be able to beat Argentina.
Well, it's very simplistic to say that you've got to stop Messi. He'll show uninterest, he'll walk around, but when he does pick it up and drive at you, you've got a big problem. I think they've got a lot of know-how. They change their formation if they need to shut up shop. You know they're going to a 5 to stop things happening and stop being counter-attack late in games, but put it this way, they've looked very impressive to me from Mexico onwards, really, in their second group game.
Here's Juranovic. Now the Croatia fullback plays it for Maya. Croatia going to have to try and lift themselves for that third and fourth place playoff against either France or Morocco on Saturday. For Argentina, it's just a question of trying to get themselves into a position for more of the same on Sunday here in Lusail. The vast majority of the crowd will be wanting Argentina to win it. It will feel like a home game for them. Ball over on the left-hand side, swept inside the box, headed away by Tagliafico, and Croatia, as the ball hits the corner flag, goes out. We'll have a stoppage time corner and one last chance for a consolation goal. No heroic comeback here tonight. A side that have shown an ability to be able to come out fighting when hard pressed. They managed that 4 years ago as well, but simply haven't had the answers tonight. Maya with his shock of long hair taking this corner, looking for that near post flick again. It was a diving headed clearance in that near post area from the Argentinian back line. Another chance to play for Juranovic. Turn around the corner, Vlasic trying to cut inside the penalty area, getting himself into a shooting position, and he shanks it wide. It's 3-0 with moments remaining.
Yeah, real frustration on the faces of the Croatians at the moment. I think they've done themselves proud in this World Cup, Jim, I must say. You know, they've hit another semi-final once again, but just lacked in this game especially, just lacked a little bit of punch up front.
Goal kick's going to be taken by Emi Martinez. Players from both teams just willing the referee Daniele Orsado to blow his final whistle. Martinez whacking it high over halfway. And it beats everybody. Headed back down by Guardiol, who we've been raving about throughout the tournament. He's perhaps not been at his best tonight, but he'll be able to come again. You feel though for Luka Modric, who almost certainly won't be.
Yeah, as I say, he's been an absolutely outstanding player. He's played a massive part in getting Croatia to the semi-final, and the last, 6 or 8 years, the level of consistency that Croatia, for size of country, have performed has been incredible.
Yeah, a country with a population of just 4 million, remember. And on the back foot here, and Argentina might be able to create one last opportunity as we're in the 4th minute of stoppage time to score a 4th goal. Ball played over on the right-hand side of midfield. More magnificent play. Correa involved, making a run in towards the near post. There's no cross coming in from one foot to try and find him, and Croatian back line are going to be able to clear and maybe set up a counter-attack of their own. It's Maja, played out to the Croatian left. Kovacic driving forward, back into the feet of the number 7 Maja again. Pekovic, tallest man on the field, swinging across the edge of the penalty area. Orsic, pulled back. It's Dejan Lovren. He's 30 yards out, and it clears the bar. It's a night when the mastery of one of the game's all-time greats wrote another brilliant chapter in his astonishing catalogue of success. Lionel Messi at his mercurial best, waltzing through the Croatian backline to set up a third goal that will live long in World Cup history and the memory of everybody privileged here to see it. Messi on the score sheet before that, whacking home a penalty won by Alvarez, who himself had added a second. Croatia, masters of coming from behind, simply had no response to Messi and co. He was a magician tonight with all the tricks. It's a disappearing act for Croatia from this World Cup. Argentina are in their 6th World Cup final. They will take on either France or Morocco here in Lusail at the weekend, and they well start as favourites. If Messi plays like that, they could be lifting the World Cup for the first time in 36 years. He was mesmeric, masterful, and he was at his very best. You could pay him no higher a compliment than that. Messi and co have beaten Croatia by 3 goals to 0.